Tom Homan?
He is, when you hand out leaflets, incite violence on the college campus, that's illegal. Being in this country with a visa or a resident alien card is a privilege, and you got to follow certain rules. Resident aliens get removed all the time when they commit certain crimes. So he's no different, and he's not going to be the only one.
And we are back, y'all. Thank you for watching today. Go ahead and hit that like button. Y'all like how I say button? You know, it helps us out a lot. And of course, it helps you because it helps us keep bringing you this content. Now, as you can see from the coming up, y'all, all HE double hockey stick broke loose today when the border czar, Tom Homan, went to speak in front of a native New York crowd. And he was met with protesters, including, looks like a mayoral candidate. That's going to be the guy asking him, does he believe in the First Amendment? I'm not going to do a lot of commentary through this. I'm going to just do kind of a mashup between the protests and between Homan's comments. So y'all already know, please stop what you're doing right now. Hit the share button. You know this video is going to be excellent, so go ahead and share it to somebody. Put in somebody's WhatsApp, text message, Facebook, email, just share it through all the different mediums. And of course, if you're not already subscribed, please do subscribe. You know I love you. You know I love all of y'all. Let's go ahead and get into the video.
Good?
All right, questions? New York 1, Bernadette.
Hi, Mr. Homan, Bernadette from New York 1. Question about the pro-Palestinian protester who was arrested. President Trump said that he was distributing pro-Hamas flyers and that he wanted him out of the country. What more can you tell us about any violation of his visa? What crime did he commit? And another follow-up with Mayor Adams, you said that you were going to be...
Let me for the first one. His actions are directly contradictory to the United States foreign policy. That's a Secretary of State. That's a charge on the Secretary of State. We consider him a national security threat. When you're on campus and they say, and I hear freedom of speech, freedom of speech, freedom of speech. Can you stay in a movie theater and yell fire? Can you slander somebody verbally? Free speech has limitations, but when you go to a college campus, you incite protesting and locking down and taking over buildings and damaging property and handing out leaflets for Hamas, who is a terrorist organization. Coming to this country either on a visa or becoming a resident alien is a great privilege, but there are rules associated with that. You might be able to get away with that stuff in the last administration, but you won't under this administration.
How many more New Yorkers? How many more New Yorkers will you detain? How many more New Yorkers without charge? Do you believe in the First Amendment? Do you believe in the First Amendment, Tom Homan?
And specifically with that pro-Palestinian student from Columbia, on his arrest papers, like what exactly does it say in terms of the charge?
I'm familiar with the exact charge. I can just tell you what my discussions have been with it, is that it's a direct violation of our foreign policy objectives.
When we asked Tom Homan, all he had to answer for that cruelty was a smirk. Because there is no answer for taking a man from his pregnant wife, who is due to deliver their newborn child in a month, from their Columbia University apartment, a day after that same man, Mahmoud Khalil, wrote to Columbia University and said he feared for his life. The cowardice that is on display across our city and our state is unacceptable. That's right. New Yorkers are looking to us. They are looking to their leaders for courage and for conviction. And what they are finding instead is collaboration. And that is just simply unacceptable.
He is, when you hand out leaflets, incite violence on the college campus, that's illegal. Being in this country with a visa or a resident alien card is a privilege, and you got to follow certain rules. Resident aliens get removed all the time when they commit certain crimes. So he's no different, and he's not going to be the only one.
And also, what do you, I mean, you've sort of spoken to this a little bit, but what do you make of, you know, the city's policy of requiring a judicial warrant for ICE to go into certain locations? Is that obstructive?
No, it is. It's terrible policy. And as far as the sense of location policy, we had our, we had our own sense of location policy, and we did away with that. I'm glad you brought that up, because people are saying, "Oh, ICE is going to raid schools. ICE is going to raid churches." It's just such crap. We're not going to raid churches. We're not going to raid schools. But however, we're going to be like every other state and local and federal law enforcement agencies. If there's an MS-13 gang member who's going to high school, and he's wanted for serious public safety violations, we're going to go in that school and arrest that MS-13 member if we know he's there. He's there right now. He's a public safety threat. We have a warrant. Let's go get him. We know where he's at, so he doesn't get away. So it's not about raiding schools. It's not about raiding churches, but the left's pushing it, trying. We don't have to. No one instills fear in the immigrant community. Is the left, the Democrats. They instill fear. ICE is going to raid schools, and we got kids not going to school because they think their school's going to be raided. It's ridiculous.
What about the shelters in the city? Is that an area you guys are staying away from right now, or do you expect to go into those at some point?
We're going to enforce the law no matter where it is.
Gotham, next question.
I'll end with this. I love my job because we're saving lives. And I work for a president who wants to save lives. I work for a president committed to make this country safe again. And that's exactly what we're doing. You want to hate on me? Hate on me. I eat it up. Because I know what I'm doing. And if anybody in the media or anybody that doesn't support this president and his mission, wear my shoes for 35 years and see the tragedies I've seen. I'm sick of it. Lakin Riley, God bless her. Listen to 17 minutes of that young lady. 17 minutes fighting for her life. She didn't want to die. That young girl fought for her life. Can you imagine? And why don't you she just didn't die. I want you to think about something. Put your daughter in her shoes, or your sister, or your mother. Think how terrified her last minutes of life were like while she's suffering, fighting just to survive. Lakin Riley's one out of many. I've met hundreds of angels and moms and dads who buried their children. I always hear all the time, family separation. Homan's the godfather saying for separation. Let me be clear. Zero tolerance is about saving lives. If we figure we start prosecuting people who violate the law and put the children in harm's way, maybe they stop coming. And they did. The numbers went down. It's unfortunate families got separated. But it happens to American families every day. It's going to happen in Albany today that an American family will be separated by law enforcement because the child can't go to jail with the parent. But we want to talk about family separation? 500,000 children on Joe Biden were trafficked into this country. They can't find 300,000 of them. That's a separation. But you know what President Trump's committed? We're going to find them, and we're going to save them, because many of these children are in forced labor, many of these children are in forced sex slavery. We're going to save them. This administration. What is... You want to talk about family separation, talk to the angel moms and dad who buried their child. My worst nightmare, everybody in this room, your worst nightmare is bury your child. And I've talked to hundreds of angel moms who did that. And finally, I'll say this. I read it this morning. It irritates me every time I read it. Illegal aliens commit less crimes than Americans. Really? Show me the data. Because I've seen just as many studies push back against that. But let's say that's true. Doesn't matter. Every crime committed by illegal aliens is a preventable crime. None of them are acceptable. One's too many. So I don't want to hear that garbage. Secure border saves lives. President Trump is a great president. He's saving lives every day by locking down this border, by removing public safety threats. He's doing the job he promised Americans. I couldn't be more proud to work for a man that's dedicated to the service of this nation and makes this country safe again. So God bless President Trump. And I want to say one more thing. What a cabinet he put together. Kristi Noem, DHS Secretary. She has done more enforcement actions in her first week as Secretary than Alejandro Mayorkas did in 4 years. She's been out with ICE, she's been out with CBP, she's been out with Coast Guard. God bless Kristi Noem. She's going to do a great job. Kash Patel, great pick for FBI. Pam Bondi, New York State, watch out for Pam Bondi. because she's going to take on Sanctuary City. So I'm proud to be a part of this group. Every day I walk in the White House, my head's held high because I know we're doing the right thing, not just for the United States. We're saving migrant lives, we're saving American lives, and we're making this country safe again. So I couldn't be more proud to work for this administration than the proudest moments of my life. I love my job, and I love New York, and I'll never forget about New York. So,